Welcome to Megamind. I am Monica.
And I am David.
A quick reminder, please give us a like, hit the bell, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for being here and supporting us.
Right, kettle's on, microphones are behaving, and I am ready for maximum mischief. How you feeling today, Monica?
Equal parts cozy and chaotic. I did that thing where you tidy the house by moving everything into one mysterious pile you promised to sort later. The pile has gained sentience and calls itself the heap.
The heap is the final boss of productivity. I respect it. I once tried the minimalism approach and got rid of a rice cooker, then immediately cooked rice for a week like some culinary penance. By the way, shall we open with something small and human today before we slide into life frameworks?
Yes, let's start with breakfast failures. I attempted overnight oats and accidentally created a cement alternative. If anyone needs a driveway resurfaced, I'm taking bookings.
We've cracked it! Sustainable building materials from porridge. My own breakfast confession is that I had cold pizza. Pineapple, obviously.
I knew you'd bring pineapple into this. I still say fruit does not belong on melted cheese. It's like wearing flip-flops to a job interview. Possible, but why?
Because it's bold, it's visionary, it's citrus diplomacy. Also, your taste is wrong.
You say that with love, I'm sure. Speaking of gentle disagreements, today we promise the audience a proper catch-up with tangents, random stories, and useful nuggets. Think of this as tea with your two slightly odd friends who care about your brain, your boundaries, and your bank balance.
And your breakfast. Always your breakfast. Shall we start with the mind stuff? Everyone talks about mindset as if it's a switch. On, off, done. But my head often feels like a group chat that never sleeps.
Same. I keep a little phrase handy for those noisy moments. I am having the thought that I'm behind. That tiny opener puts the thought at arm's length. It goes from a command to a notification.
I use it when I'm spiraling about work. I am having the thought that I always mess this up. Then I ask what evidence supports that, what evidence doesn't, and what would I do if that thought took a lunch break? Usually I would just send the email, which turns out to be the point.
It's like weather. You can't stop rain by shouting at it, but you can carry an umbrella and get on with things. Sometimes the umbrella is a 2-minute walk, a couple of slow breaths, or phoning a friend who reminds you you're a human being and not a to-do list with legs.
You're more than a to-do list. You're also a grocery list. We need milk. Anyway, I like pairing that thought trick with one tiny verb for the day. Ask, call, ship, write. If I do that one verb, the day gets a backbone.
Love it. Also, sanity lives in the basics. Sleep, movement, food, calm, learning, nature, people. Not glamorous, but my best days are never the ones where I scrolled until my brain turned to custard. They're the days I walked in the morning light, drank water that wasn't pretending to be cola, and had a real conversation that wasn't just sending a duck gif.
In defense of duck gifs, sometimes they carry the emotional weight of a Shakespeare soliloquy. But yes, basics. I do a one-page day. Morning light for a few minutes, one focus block for something future me will thank present me for, and then a little wind down with screens away from my face before bed. If I mess it up, I forgive myself and never miss twice.
The never miss twice rule is so kind. Yesterday, I missed my stretch session, and my inner perfectionist woke up sharpening knives. I did 5 minutes before bed and declared victory, because minimum viable counts.
Minimum viable is how humans quietly win. 5 press-ups while the kettle boils, 2 minutes of tidying by moving the pile into smaller, friendlier piles. 1 message to someone you like. Brain says it's nothing. Future you says thanks.
While we're on kindness, let's talk boundaries, because giving without a spine is a fast track to resentment. There's a beautiful idea called the reciprocity check. If you stopped initiating for a month, would this relationship continue at all?
I did that inadvertently once. I got busy, stopped scheduling, and realized the friendship was a one-way relay where I kept handing the baton to no one. It wasn't dramatic. I just gently reallocated energy to people who actually show up.
The older I get, the more I admire quiet, consistent people. Not flashy grand gestures, just the friend who messages when they say they will, apologizes and repairs after missteps, and shares your small wins without making it about them.
Right. And when a line is crossed, anger shows up wearing big boots and demanding to drive the car. My rule is no steering while angry. I pause for 20 minutes, breathe, name the urge, and ask 3 questions. What value is threatened? What outcome do I want next week? And what is the smallest useful step?
That last one is the gem. Smallest useful step turns fireworks into a lamp. I had a work situation where a deadline got bulldozed. Old me would have fired off a scorched earth message. New me took a brisk walk, came back with a sentence. I am upset, and I will respond when I've thought it through. Then I laid out how we could repair. The relationship survived. Future me was relieved.
I once rage-typed an email and left it in drafts. The next morning I read it and thought, who is this Shakespearean goblin? Deleted, replaced with 2 lines and an invitation to fix things. It's wild how often doors stay open if you don't slam them.
Remember to share and subscribe. Thank you.
Another essential guardrail is a generosity budget. Decide how much time and energy you can give away each week without resentment. You'll still be kind, but you won't be bankrupt.
Alongside a 2-strike rule for repeat last-minute emergencies. Everyone has chaos sometimes. If it's always chaos, I start protecting my time. I don't lecture. I just become less available for unpaid project management.
Boundaries talk pairs nicely with money talk, because money is just boundaries in numeric outfits. The basics still win. Spend less than you earn, save for shocks, invest patiently, and avoid the sort of credit card that acts like a villain in a pantomime.
The quickest win for most people is a starter emergency fund. A small, boring buffer turns a crisis into an inconvenience. Then you attack the expensive debts because a card charging silly interest is a negative investment.
I run a simple 3-account system: bills, spending, savings. Wages go in, standing orders shuffle the amounts automatically, and I don't have to hold the whole system in my head like some spreadsheet dragon.
Same. And I use a 24-hour rule for non-essentials. If I still want it tomorrow and it fits the plan, fine. If I was just bored, I've saved future me a shrug and a clutter problem.
It's funny how much of life comes down to friction design. If the biscuit tin is visible, the biscuits vanish. If my trainers are by the door, I actually walk. If the savings transfer is automatic, I don't debate it each month.
It's funny how much of life comes down to friction design. If the biscuit tin is visible, the biscuits vanish. If my trainers are by the door, I actually walk. If the savings transfer is automatic, I don't debate it each month.
Habit design is urban planning for your home. Put the healthy action on the main road, make the distractions cul-de-sacs. I park my phone in another room at night, which is the only reason my sleep isn't a farce.
Speaking of farce, story time. I tried to be one of those serene people who meditate with a cat in a room. The cat took the bell as a personal attack and launched at it like a tiny lion. I achieved inner peace by laughing at myself. Lesson learned: close the door, then be zen.
Excellent! My exercise fiasco was joining a class where everyone could plank forever while I resembled a dropped souffle. I started doing 2 sets at home. After a month, I didn't dread the class. Minimum viable again.
Let's touch on solitude. There's a romantic myth that being alone is the path to strength. It can help, but humans co-regulate. Balance looks like this: 10 minutes of quiet each day so you can tolerate your own brain, 1 honest conversation each week so you don't outsource your sanity to strangers on the internet,
And 1 small contribution to someone else with no scoreboard. Make a cup of tea, send a useful link, share a kind word. That's the kind of social capital that actually feels like capital.
Now, before we wander further, we promised a little housekeeping. Perfect! And since we're doing housekeeping, let's clean up expectations. We don't do predictions here. We're on team clarity. Learn a framework, spot a pattern, make your next move with a clear head.
Speaking of patterns, shall we riff a quick role-play of boundary scripts? People always ask what to actually say.
I'll be the over-asker. You be the reformed people-pleaser.
Bring it on.
David, could you help me with this big thing this evening? It's very last minute, and it will probably spill into the weekend.
I care about our work and want it to go well. I'm not available for last-minute requests. If you can share the details by midweek in future, I can consider it.
That's annoyingly reasonable. Another one. David, can you lend me money until who knows when? I promise I'll pay you back roughly around the heat death of the universe.
I'm not able to lend money. I hope you find a good solution. If you want, I can share a couple of resources that have helped me budget.
Final one. David, why didn't you reply to my message within 9 minutes? I'm offended.
I value our friendship, and I'm not glued to my phone. I'll reply when I can. If it's urgent, call.
Clean, calm, no essays. I love it.
Let's field a classic question we get. What do I do when I slip? Answer, you will. When you do, name it without drama, do the 2-minute version now, and set one tiny thing that makes tomorrow easier.
A common slip is the late-night doom scroll. 2-minute fix. Put the phone on charge in the hallway, brush your teeth, and read 2 pages of something gentle. If that's all you manage, it still counts.
Another slip is money wobble when you're tired. 2-minute fix. Move a small amount to savings so you maintain the identity of someone who saves, then step away from the buy now button. Brew tea, not regret.
Also, if you've been the fixer in your circle, get ready for pushback when you change. People prefer the free upgrade they've been enjoying. Hold your line with warmth. I care about this and I'm doing it differently now. The ones who love you will adapt.
And the ones who don't will take themselves for a walk. That's information, not a referendum on your worth. I wish I'd learned that earlier.
Switching lanes, let's talk about planning without becoming a robot. I like gentle rhythms. At the start of the week, I sketch a tiny plan for my brain, my relationships, and my money. Brain gets 3 focus blocks. Relationships get 2 honest catch-ups. Money gets a review and any transfers. No drama if it shifts. It's scaffolding, not handcuffs.
Monthly rhythms help too. Pay yourself first, review recurring expenses, cancel the subscriptions that are siphoning energy, then celebrate one small improvement. Adults need gold stars as much as children.
Here's a playful trick for financial sanity. Put a post-it inside your wallet that says what you're saving for. Future use city break, a calmer cushion, a course that lights your brain up. It beats the vague guilt of not wanting to spend by replacing it with a bright yes.
And keep a little fun fund. If you never allow any fun, your inner rebel raids the fridge at midnight. A small, honest fun budget keeps mischief tidy.
Before we drift into the food tangent again, let's address the morning routine without turning it into a religion. There's no prize for waking up the earliest. There is a prize for not treating your brain like a slot machine. Light, movement, water, protein. Do any two, and you're already winning.
I add a physiological sigh when stress spikes. 2 quick inhales through the nose, 1 long exhale through the mouth. It drops the shoulders in seconds. I look weird, but I look weird anyway, so that's fine.
You look marvelous. Speaking of marvelous, tell the pineapple story properly so people know the history behind our great divide.
Right, my pineapple conversion happened at a 6th form party. Someone put chopped pineapple on a margarita because they'd run out of pepperoni. Everyone groaned. I tried it to be contrary and saw the culinary future. Sweet meets savory. Since then, I have evangelized. Some call it a flaw. I call it a calling.
And here I am, an island of skepticism. I tried it once and my taste buds wrote a formal complaint. But look at us, friends in spite of this great schism. Let this be a sign that you can disagree about toppings and still build a life together.
That's the reciprocity in action. We respect the boundary. I don't force pineapple onto Monica's slice. Monica doesn't force olives onto mine. Peace talk successful.
Okay, random tangent time. What's the most unnecessary item you've ever bought because you were convinced it would change your life?
A self-stirring mug. It stirred about as well as a lazy goldfish, lived in a drawer, then ascended to the great car boot sale in the sky. What's yours?
A set of resistance bands so advanced they came with their own app and a chip. I used them once, felt judged by the chip, and went back to a simple walk in fresh air. Complexity is a sneaky form of procrastination.
This is the thing. We delay actual practice by shopping for the perfect tools, the perfect notebook, the perfect schedule, the perfect app. When really, a scruffy bit of paper and 5 minutes of doing beats an entire Pinterest board.
On that note, here's a micro challenge for anyone listening. By the end of this episode, pick one 10-minute habit and do it. A walk, a tidy, a call, a quiet sit, then write down how it felt. That tiny proof is rocket fuel.
Add a relational challenge. Message someone who scores high on that list of healthy behaviors, the one who repairs after a misstep, celebrates your wins, shows up, respects your boundaries, wants the best for you, and stays when it's hard. Tell them you appreciate them, then schedule time with them.
And a money challenge. Open your banking app, find one small leak, and plug it. Cancel one unused service, or move a small amount to savings. Cement the identity of someone who steers their financial ship on purpose.
Speaking of steering, let's do a quick lightning round of audience dilemmas. Anonymous, of course.
First dilemma. I keep saying yes to favors that exhaust me because I don't want to look selfish. What do I do?
Separate kindness from access. You can be kind and also limit how much you give. Write a 1-line boundary. I'm happy to help when I have notice by midweek. Then practice saying it with a friendly tone. You'll feel wobbly at first. That's your old pattern objecting. Keep going.
Second, I get angry and send messages I regret. Help.
Delay the send. Put a 20-minute timer, move your body, name the urge, ask the 3 questions, draft, sleep on it if you can, then send the 2-line version in the morning.
Third, I can't stick to any routine.
Shrink the target. Minimum viable habit. Pair it with something you already do. Kettle boils, 2 stretches. Brushing teeth, 2 squats. Reward yourself with the tiny yes out loud. The brain likes finishing.
Fourth, I feel guilty spending on myself.
Use the fun fund. Pick a small amount that fits your plan. Spend it freely on what brings joy. Fun that is planned is cheaper than fun that erupts as a shopping spree after a week of white-knuckling.
Fifth, I want to start investing, but it all feels noisy.
Decide on the simple, low-cost, diversified approach, automate monthly, rebalance occasionally, ignore money you'll need soon, ignore hot tips. The goal is boring freedom, not thrilling drama.
That was neat. Let's land the plane with the gentle weekly template. Listeners can copy and adjust, not rules, just scaffolding.
Monday. One focus block on a skill that serves future you. Message a friend to set up a catch-up. Tuesday, 30 minutes of movement and eat something green that isn't a sweet. Wednesday, review spending for 5 minutes and celebrate one small win. Thursday, boundary practice day. Say no kindly to something that doesn't fit. Friday, reflection. What worked? What didn't? What tiny tweak for next week? Weekend, longer walk in nature, a proper nap, and time with people who don't drain you.
Lovely. And keep your eyes on gentle milestones. First paycheck of the month, pay yourself first. Mid-month, pulse check on spending and habits. End of month, light review with a treat. No punishment, just learning.
Also, seasonality matters. There will be weeks of heavy weather. In those, lower the bar, keep the identity. A 5-minute version keeps the groove alive.
Before we say goodbye, a last word on choosing your side. Life contains both good and grim. We don't deny reality here. We tell the truth first, then pick helpful actions. The side you feed becomes your default. Feed the side that builds.
And build with other humans. Lone wolf is a cool poster, but real life is a village. Find your people. Be a person others can rely on. Repair when you mess up. Laugh often, preferably at yourself. Eat fruit on pizza if you must.
Or don't, and keep your dignity intact. Either way, we appreciate you being here with us. Take one idea you liked and try it today. Then tell us how it goes. We read your comments and they steer future episodes more than you know.
Right. I'm off to fight the heap with a timer and a playlist. Wish me luck.
You will triumph. Start with Tame to Sock Mountain and move fast before it merges with the Book Hills. And make tea.
Tea is already happening. Of course it is. Final sips, final words.
Final words indeed. Drop your comments below and subscribe to our channel. David and Monica are personas we use to make our content more engaging and relatable. We're not affiliated with any organization or product mentioned. Our discussions are just for inspiration and entertainment, not professional advice. Always think for yourself, take what works for you, and make your own decisions. See you next time.